Good morning. Jesus is really stirring things up here in the Gospel of John, verse 25. It's Thursday morning, and I'm glad to be with you. Thanks for joining me again in going through this text. It's really amazing. I want to read it, and then we'll wonder together. I'm on verse 25 of chapter 7. Now some of the people of Jerusalem were saying, "Is not this the man who they were trying to kill? And here he is speaking openly, but they say nothing to him. Can it be that the authorities really know that this is the Messiah? Yet we know where this man is from. But when the Messiah comes, no one will know where he is from." Then Jesus cried out as he was teaching in the temple, "You know me, and you know where I am from. I have not come on my own, but the one who sent me is true, and you do not know him. I know him, because I am from him, and he sent me." Then they tried to arrest him, but no one would lay a hand on him, because his hour had not yet come. Yet many in the crowd believed in him and were saying, "When the Messiah comes, will he do more signs than this man has done?" So it's a big mess, right? It's a big mess. You have the high priests down there. You have the Sanhedrin, the ruling body of the Jewish people. You have other people say, "Hey, look, if they haven't arrested him, maybe they think he's the Messiah." But that doesn't quite fit our understanding of the Messiah, because the Messiah is going to come from someplace outside, inside. It's sort of like Jesus says, it's hard to do miracles in your hometown, right? They know this guy, Jesus, and so they can't understand how, even though he's extraordinary, how he could be the Messiah. And Jesus says, "Look, you know me, and I know you. I was born to Mary. You understand that. We're part of a community, and I come from God." You see, here's the difference between Jesus and you and me. Jesus remembers his early conversations with God. Nowhere in the Bible does it talk, except for one place, about the pre-life of a soul. And the only place it talks about that is in Jeremiah chapter 1, where he says, "You have known me from before my birth." Right, sort of acknowledging a pre-existing relationship of the soul with God. Now, Jesus in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning, and all things came into being through him. And without him, not one thing came into being. And what came into being was life, and the life was the light to all people. And so this is Jesus, right, saying, "I actually am different than you in that I know where I come from, and I know what I came to do." And so then they try to arrest him, but they can't. They can't, because Jesus' time has not yet come. Oh. And so many in the crowd were saying, "Well, if we have another Messiah come, he can't be better than this guy. This is the guy I'm going to follow." So now we see, as his brothers wanted earlier on, the reconstitution of people who are following Jesus. Now I'm going to read on verse 32. "The Pharisees heard the crowd muttering such things about Jesus, and the chief priests and the Pharisees sent temple police to arrest him." Because now you're having the same problem again, right? And they got to stop this. They got to nip this thing in the bud, because Jesus is once again asserting his authority as a rabbi and a teacher. And he says, when the police come, "I will be with you a little while longer, and where I'm going a little while longer, and then I'm going to him who sent me. You will search for me, but you will not find me. And where I am, you cannot come." And the Jews said to one another, "Where does this man intend to go that we will not find him? Does he intend to go to the dispersion among the Greeks and teach the Greeks? What does he mean by saying, 'You will search for me and you will not find me, and where I am, you cannot come'?" Well, I think maybe where he is, we might not want to come. You have to remember that in the resurrection, in Jesus' death before the resurrection, he went and set the boundaries of hell. He hallowed hell, if you will, to go there and to bring all people and all souls unto him. And so to have a soul come unto God means it's a soul that understands there is a God and that God has a plan and God has a better way. And so Jesus says, you'll search, you won't find, I won't be where you expect me to be. And that's okay. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow what he wants us to do if we can't go where he is. Right? How do you be a disciple of Jesus if you can't go where he is? And so they make up all these ideas. He goes to the dispersion. He's going to teach somebody else. He's going to go teach the Greeks. And indeed, we know that happens. But he doesn't do it. We do it. And so that's my question to you. I leave you with today. Who's Jesus sending you to see? He's probably not sending you to Greece right now. Nobody's taking a cruise in the Aegean. So who is he sending you to love on and to care for? Who are you being Jesus to? Sounds like a tall order, but you were made for that task. Glad to see you. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Pray for you. I love you. Peace upon your souls.